Sakasakabo, welcome to today's episode of What's in My Head. And the reason why I asked why I like this, you'll find out soon enough. Anyway, the thing about it is that I am creating a little bit of short content videos for you guys because I'm in the middle of editing a very long video. I'm trying to take 2.5 hours of footage and condense it into less than an hour, and that is taking a very long time because every time I think about cutting something, it kind of becomes relevant later. So it's been a mess, and I just don't feel like shooting everything all over again. And then there are parts that are not gonna be able to shoot them because they weren't mine to begin with. So what I'm trying to do is give you short content videos to at least let you know that I'm still alive. And so this morning, I saw that Trisha Paytas was trending because she announced that she was pregnant. Congratulations to Trisha. And for some reason that I don't even know how to explain it, what I noticed on Twitter, and these are all from Twitter, by the way, was who Twitter thought I would be interested in based on the fact that I was on Trisha Paytas' page. Now, if you notice, the options were Cardi B, Stark Killa, and Kylie Jenner. That, unfortunately, led me down a very interesting rabbit hole. And you might be wondering why. I don't know why that fascinates me so much. And I wanted to see what, if anything, can I learn from what the algorithm or whatever Twitter uses to determine what I would be interested in based on who I'm looking at would tell me. So of course, I decided to look for the only other problematic influencer. She's not the only one. She's just the only one that I would bother to look, because now I'm thinking about 3 or 4 other people I could have looked up, but I don't have the time or the energy. I just wanted a quick video. You know what I mean? So I decided to go for the one, the only, similar to Trisha, human being on Twitter that I could come up with. And of course, I'm talking about the one and only Gabby Hanna. Now, the reason why Gabby Hanna's page is a little different from Trisha's is because I actually blocked Gabby Hanna. I only have Trisha muted. And so, yeah, it looks a little different. But sure enough, hers are Liza Koshy, Zane, and Rachel Ballinger. And so that made me wonder about the drama channels like Rich Lux and Nick Snyder and Dustin Daly and Peter Munn and Petty Page, you know, the old school. And for some reason I did notice that a couple of people had Andrew Sweeky, of all people, as the option that Twitter thought I would like. I honestly don't know why, so don't ask me. But it is what it is. And if you look at Nick Snyder, right there it is. It's Andrew Sweeky. I don't know why. Anyway. So, of course, once I looked at the old school drama channels that I used to follow, I went, of course, to Andrew Sawicki's page, which led me, of course, to his old boss, Shane Dawson. And of course, and I don't know why Bank of America was an option, but then I noticed that it was promoted, so, you know, it is what it is. Then I went to Jeffree Star, because who doesn't think of Shane and Jeffree in the same breath? And that led me down the rabbit hole of some of the beauty influencers. And of course, Jackie Aina, I have to say, I don't think she was suspended. I think she actually took a vacation from Twitter. But if you know something different, please let me know. And some of these I am blocked from, which is why you don't see any of their media. That you just see who I might like based on looking at them. And so Kim Kardashian was somebody that came up in the, how do I call this, recommended by Twitter, which I found interesting. And of course we have the Jaclyn Hills, the Laura Lees, the Patrick Stars. Then I started looking at people that I actually like Jen Loves. and the Welsh twins and pop logs. And eventually I got to trend mood because, for everything beauty, trend mood is one of many, but it's the only one that I knew out of the top of my head. I have many other pages I follow for makeup on Instagram, but on Twitter I don't follow that many. So I then started thinking about the two brands that showed up the most on the recommended, which were Anastasia Beverly Hills and, of course, Too Faced. Interesting how those two came up. But then I decided I wanted to look at the ones that I really care about, and those happen to be the independent brands. And if you notice, the independent brands either have other independent brands in the recommended or makeup artists, which I found even more interesting. So, do you have a story? Have you ever gone down the rabbit hole of checking out who is recommended based on what you are looking at? I would love to know. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to my patrons who make all of this possible. See you later. Bye.